Today we'll retouch a number of portraits in minutes using AI with Evoto. Hey everyone, it's Mike from Lifestyle Boudoir. In my last video, we touched on a small amount of things that Evoto could do for your retouching workflow. But in today's video, we'll be doing a deeper dive. First, a brief disclaimer. My channel is not sponsored by anyone, so you know if I talk about a certain light, camera, or in this case software, it's because I really use it. I bought my Evoto credits out of my own pocket and have been using it now for a few months. I bought the 1200 credit package for $84. I gotta tell you, this saves a ton of time. Where it used to take me 15 to 20 minutes to perfectly retouch an image, now it takes me less time than that to basically retouch an entire client order. My typical boudoir client chooses somewhere around 30 images for their album package. Each one generally requires a little bit of editing. Once they've ordered their photos, I process, adjust color, contrast and brightness, and export the raw files through Capture One. Then I'll import that folder into Evoto for retouching. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you, we're going to open Evoto. And when you first open it, the first screen that comes up is this, how you create a project. These are some of my past projects here. We're going to create a project. Type in the name, Evoto demo, and save it. Now you need to add photos to this folder. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to bring this photo in and open. And it brought that photo in. Now, the first thing I want to show you is how fast, with just a few clicks and sliders, you can make this a beautifully finished photo. So what we have here are presets. Right now, you can see none is highlighted. There's a whole bunch of presets and some that I've made as well. Now, for this, we're gonna go with just a nice headshot. I'm just gonna click headshot 3. It'll take a second. And it's retouched. Literally, here's the one-to-one. I'll show you before, after. So that looks really good, right? Didn't have to do too much. Literally just one preset. Now, when you click a preset that they have, there's one that I like is called High End, and it does like a really nice high-end retouching job. Before, after. We'll go with that. Now, I do want to drop her shoulders a little bit. So I'm just gonna bring this down, and it does a nice job of lengthening the neck. In fact, I'm just gonna, there we go. And that's beautiful. Maybe there's a little too much shine on the nose. So I'm gonna go fix oily face, bring it up about halfway, and it just takes that shine down. Let me show you close up. Shine, no shine, shine, no shine. And then let's just say she doesn't like the background that I chose for this. I mean, obviously she would have approved it beforehand, but I'm gonna click on my headshot background changer. You have all these to choose from. I'm just gonna go, well, here's what a fabric background would look like. Pretty realistic, but I'm just gonna go with black. And then the crop tool, it's a basic crop tool that you would get, you know, Photoshop or Capture One or Lightroom. I'm just gonna come in a little bit closer. Slightly less angle. There we go. And I'm gonna click OK. And so, original photo, finished photo. How long did that take? If I wasn't explaining it, it would have been done in about 45 seconds. Can you change it further? Of course you can. There's, you know, so many options in here. So let's go back to this And you can see you have all these sliders: freckle and acne, body blemish. She's got no body blemishes. I already did the oily face. Forehead wrinkles, she's got none. Eye wrinkles, bring that up just a tiny bit. Let's go 1-to-1 on this. And let's go eye wrinkles. We'll bring it all the way up just so you can see what happens. And it just takes all those eye wrinkles out. That's too much in my opinion. I'm gonna dial that back. And I mean, it's pretty much where it needs to be. I don't have to do anything else. And that's a gorgeous retouch job. So if I had to do that without explaining, don't you think that would take about, 45 seconds? It's beautiful. Now, let's just say the chain is messed up a little bit. Let's fix that. So up here, you actually have your liquefy tool. And it has basically all the tools that you have, or most of the tools you have in Photoshop's liquefy here. Let's zoom in on this a little bit. And I'm just gonna take this and nudge it a little here and here. Let's click OK. And now her chain looks nice. And that's done. Now, that was super fast. What I want to show you next is a little bit more of a deep dive into the program. So I'm going to click the Add button, and I'm going to select pretty much all the other photos in this folder, and I'm going to click Open. They all come in very quickly. And the next thing I want to show you, we're going to start with my dear friend Erica Jordan, who I've done 13 shoots with over the years. And we're going to do a deep dive into this program and everything I want to do for retouching on her face and body. And then I'm going to show you how to get all of her photos done with basically a click. So, real quick, let's just get to the part where if you like what you're seeing, I kindly ask you to click the like and subscribe. Now back to the video. Here we go. So first thing, I'm going to go to blemish removal. And I tend to drag these all the way up first just to see what it looks like. And back. Okay. Didn't do a whole lot because she doesn't have a lot of blemishes. Face moles, she's got no face moles. I usually click it anyway. Body blemish. Let's drag that up. And that just smooths out the skin a little bit. Fixing oily face. So let's see. There's a little bit of shine. I'll bring that up just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. All right. And back and forth. Okay. Forehead wrinkles, she's got none. Eye wrinkles, very, very little. Bring that up some. Dark circles, we'll bring that up some. Nice. Before, after, before, after. I'm gonna go all the way up. And that didn't change a whole lot, but that's nice. Go eye wrinkles a little bit more. Smile lines, she's got none. Let's see, neck wrinkles. Okay, so we're gonna drag that up all the way, see what it does. And boom, it just took care of that. Before, after, before, after. No double chin. So that's done there. Let's go skin retouching. We're gonna do a smooth face skin with Dodge and Burn. And go all the way up with that, see what it does. Her skin looks perfect. A little bit of face skin smoothing. Let's drag it all the way up and see what it does. Ooh, that made that perfect, but it's a little plastic looking. Let's back it off. We'll back this off a little bit too. That looks really good. All right, body skin smoothing. There's a little bit of redness here. Let's bring that up. And that just softened that little bit of patchiness that was there. Looking really good so far. If she wanted a little bit of a tan, I could click that. It's a beautiful tan. Back it off some. Somewhere around there. Unified body complexion tends to just make the body skin about the same color as the face skin. Then we're going to go facial reshape. Now, I don't want to do a whole heck of a lot to her. I tend to sometimes narrow the jaw a tiny little bit. See the difference? Yeah, that did just a little bit. Now, you can change the size of the face. You can thin the face down. You can widen the face, chin height, hairline. Maybe let's take her hairline down just a tiny bit. That's good. And you could literally change the shape of her nose, her eyebrows, her mouth. I mean, she doesn't really need anything. If I wanted to, I could make the eyes just a touch larger and the height just a little bit. And let's go 1-to-1. And you're gonna see that's too much. So let's bring that back and bring that back. Just increase it just the tiniest little bit. There we go. Back and forth. That looks good. So facial reshape, that's all I'm doing. Teeth touch up. She's got really pretty teeth. You can whiten them, but that's way too much. If I do any, I just do the tiniest bit. Pretty teeth is a weird one. Actually, it didn't. Her teeth are obviously really pretty. It didn't do anything. But if you have somebody with bad teeth, you can literally click that and it gives them new teeth. All right, eyes. When I brighten the eyes, I just do it a little bit. If you do it too much, it's really stark. So usually somewhere around there. Then there's a makeup category. This is a long one. So you can do highlight and contour like a makeup artist would do. I'll bring those up some just so you can see. Back and forth. Eye makeup brightness will darken or lighten the eye makeup. I'm going to keep that exactly how the makeup artist intended. Lip color, you can make it deeper or paler. Again, I'm going to keep that as the artist intended. And then you have all these makeup presets. So I'm just going to show you real quick. You know, you can change the makeup. In here, it's just too much. I very rarely use this. Eyebrows, this could be fun, you know, if you want a different eyebrows. But we're going to stick with Erica's eyebrows. Contact lenses. Now this one is interesting because sometimes the iris is not bright enough. Let's give her green eyes and back it off a good bit, and it just makes the iris a little brighter. Lipstick color, you can change the lipstick color out to different colors. But again, I'm gonna just leave it as it was intended. All right, body reshape. So we're gonna go fit here, close down makeup. Here's your body reshape. I'm just gonna slide this a little bit. And her neck, I'm gonna just narrow it just the slightest bit. And let's see what this does. Oh, that kind of narrows her arm a little bit. All right, but that's good. That's Erica's full retouch. So before, after, that's gorgeous. Now I can go save preset. It's gonna go into the group YouTube because I'm making this for YouTube. And we're gonna call this one Erica 2 because I already had an Erica 1. And we're gonna click save. All right, so now let's go to my YouTube folder. Let's look what original Erica looks like. I did a little less on the body, and Erica too. Both are very nice. She would be happy with either one. Now, I have all these other photos of Erica from different sessions I did with her. All right, so here's the next photo of her. I'm gonna go and just click Erica 2. That's gonna change that back and forth. I'm gonna select all of her photos and I'm just gonna hit sync. And it's gonna allow me to copy all the portrait retouching, any background, and you can select or deselect any of these. I'm just gonna hit save and it's working. So first photo, second photo, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So all of her photos now are perfectly retouched with basically a click. You select all of them and you just either click this or you can sync them. Beautiful. Let's look at this close up. I really like this one. Beautiful. Would she be thrilled with that? I think so. Okay, now we're gonna move on to another photo. This is another friend of mine, Christine, model and actress. Now this was at the very end of our session. Obviously she's in a bubble bath, her hair is all wet. The rest of the session, her hair was perfect, her makeup was perfect, but now this is the very end of the session. And of course, Christine wants to look stunning too. So what we're gonna do with her, very simply, let's click 1-to-1, and she's got a little blemish here, a couple little spots. So we're gonna just bring up the blemish removal. That took care of those. Body blemish, let's bring that up. That took those out. Oily face, it's more of a shimmer, not really very oily, but we'll bring that up. Let's fix that. She's got no forehead wrinkles, eye wrinkles, so there's a little bit underneath the eyes here. So we're just gonna pull that up. That took those down a good bit. Dark circles, bring that up. That took care of that. Smile lines, let's do just a little bit. That's nice. Neck wrinkles. Okay, so this was where the magic comes in. So the way she's sitting, her chin is kind of tucked down and it's forming all these neck wrinkles. I'm just gonna crank that up and now they're gone. Double chin, she's got none. Looking pretty good. So next thing, skin retouching. We're gonna bring up the smooth face skin with Dodge and Burn. That took care of a lot of that. Bring up her skin smoothing just a little bit. I don't want it to look fake. I want to keep pore texture. Body skin smoothing. Let's pull that up. And that just took care of all of that. And unified body complexion. And so now the skin pretty much matches everywhere. Let's click before and after. Ooh, this is looking good. All right, 1-to-1. I don't need to change anything else with the skin retouching. Facial reshape. Don't need to do much. I'm going to take the jawline just a little bit and I'm gonna bring the hairline down a touch. That looks good. And then we're gonna go eyebrows. I don't think I'm gonna touch her eyebrows. Eyes, let's just increase the eye size just a touch and the height just a touch. Everything else looks good, but you know, this eye does look just a tiny bit smaller than this eye. So I'm gonna unlink them. I'm gonna increase the size of that eye and unlink this one and increase the height of that eye, and now they're much more even. Nose, we're not going to change. Mouth, you could increase the upper lip a little bit and the lower lip a little bit. Give her, a little bit more pouty lips. Teeth touch up, not much to do there. A little bit of whitening. Eyes, a little bit of whitening. Everything's looking good. Makeup. All right, so let's go here. So makeup, we're gonna do highlight and contour. Back and forth, looking really good. I make up brightness. I like how it looks. We're gonna just keep that at 0. Lip color adjustment. We're gonna just deepen her lip color a little bit. You could give her red lips, but it's too much. That's kind of nice. That's too orangey. That's kind of nice. Let's deepen it a little bit, and let's give her, that's too much gloss. Let's do back to satin, okay? Good. Contacts, she is wearing contacts that lighten her eyes. I'm gonna just add the blue contact lens, dial it back some. That's what they look like in person. Let's look at the eyebrows. Actually, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So that's her real eyebrows. She looks a little surprised. Let's go there. I like that a lot. Okay, last thing, full body reshape. And we're just gonna do AI body reshape. And that just brings her arm a little bit narrower there. And I think she'd love this photo. So that one's done. Next thing. All right, so let's look. This is Nikki. Nikki is a Boudoir client who's also one of my brand ambassadors. She is 50 years old and stunning. What I need to do with her, let's just go back to the very beginning. Now I created for Nikki, let's just click her preset and perfection. So you can create unlimited number of presets here, I think unlimited. And that way, when you're doing a whole client order, literally it's one click and then sync them and all your photos are retouched. If you had to do them from scratch in Photoshop, how long would that take you? A good bit. So next is Celeste. We could select one of these presets. Let's see what high end looks like. Man, that looks good. I mean, that looks great. It paled her out a good bit. I could darken her up. But man, that's beautiful. Well, let's do it from scratch so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so what we're gonna do, freckles and acne, I do that on pretty much everyone. Body blemish, she's got a few little blemishes on the body. Let's fix that. That took care of that. Oily face, she does not have. Forehead wrinkles, she does not have. Eye wrinkles, we'll take that up about halfway. Dark circles, we'll take that up there. That's beautiful. So far, that's the retouch. Neck wrinkles, not much, but we'll bring it up. Double chin, she doesn't have. Collapse that down. Skin retouching. Smooth face dodge and burn. Ooh, that took care of so much. So she's got, some discolorations on the forehead from an uneven tan or something. That just took care of that. Face skin smoothing, I'm just gonna go with just the tiniest bit. Body skin smoothing. So let's look at her body. Bring that up some. And then we'll go back and forth. And you can see discolorations on the legs and the left arm are just totally taken care of. Unified body complexion I do on pretty much everybody. Didn't do much on her because her body complexion was the same as her face. That's good. Facial reshape I don't need to do. Teeth, her teeth are barely showing. Eyes are super clear and white. We don't need to do anything there. Eye brightness, nope. We just don't need to do it. Makeup, we'll do highlight and shadow, say about halfway. Eye makeup brightness, let's drag that over and just sort of darken the eye makeup a little bit. Lip color, tiny bit. And let's see what body reshape does. And that's it. Let's see, fit it on the screen. Before, after, before, after. That's beautiful. Let's save her preset. So we're gonna click Save Preset. It's gonna go YouTube folder, and we're gonna just change this to Celeste. Save. And there it is, Celeste. So now I can go to the next photo and click Celeste. And now she's perfection. Before, after, before, after. All right, now something I'm noticing that it did do was it took out some of the hearts on her stockings. Let's look at that again. See how it took out the hearts on the stockings? So what you can do with this is go to your mask tool and let's make the brush a little bit bigger. And we're just gonna go over those hearts. And click OK. Boom, fixed. All right, she looks great. Next one, also in the convertible. Let's do the same thing. Click Celeste. Perfect. Zoom in on it. Back and forth. Gorgeous. All right, so that's everybody. Oh, let me show you one more thing here. So on this photo of Celeste, obviously she looks really beautiful. It looks very natural. Her hair's a little on the messy side. So I'm gonna just use the liquify tool. I'm gonna zoom in on her face. And let's fix this hairline a bit. So I'm gonna drag this up a little bit. I'm gonna make my brush size smaller. Fix those little bits, fix that little bit. That's looking better. It's a little messy over here. So what we can do is we can use the freeze mask. Just like in Photoshop, you have a freeze mask tool. And I'm gonna make my brush smaller. And I'm gonna use the freeze mask and freeze all of this. And this is gonna help me a little bit with the flyaways. I'll do the other side as well. Make my brush smaller, clean up that mask line there. Okay, good. So now I'm just going to use my forward warp tool, make my brush a little bit bigger, and just drag those flyaways in. Drag this little section, brush a little smaller, drag that in some, and drag that in some. Same here, drag in those flyaways. I'm just going to thaw it out and see what it looks like. That's a lot better. Big difference. It's a little flat over here. I freeze it again because I don't want to drag the ear or the hairline out. But with a fairly large brush, I'm just going to make that a little cleaner line. Beautiful. Click OK. And now one, full image, gorgeous. When you're all finished, say I want to use all these, I want to send them to my lab for printing, I can just select all of them, hit export. It's going to create a new folder in my demo folder, and it's going to export 13 images. Let's export. And it's exporting them now. It takes a minute to export everything. Let's go back to my folder, and you can see it created the Evoto demo _ Evoto. This is the retouched photos folder, and it's still exporting them, and they're done. So these all are my perfectly retouched photos. And now I can just send these to my lab for printing. The Evoto download is free, and you also get 5 free credits. You can download the program and play with it to your heart's content for free, and it doesn't cost you a single credit until you actually have to export the images. Now, does it completely replace Photoshop? Well, no. There are some things that are truly better handled in Photoshop. Stray hairs, for instance. That is still better handled by the spot healing brush, the healing brush, or now Photoshop's new remove tool. So, Evoto, if you're listening, could we get a tool to do that? Also, Photoshop is still better for anything that you'd normally use a layer mask for. But for the money and time savings, basic and even extreme facial retouching is extremely well handled by Evoto. Just the fact that you can retouch a person perfectly once, save it as a preset, then apply that preset to the entire client order with a single click is amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, do it. There's nothing to lose by playing with this program. I think you're going to love it. As always, I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to reply. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. And cut.